So,
Hey, Bluebird,
any
you copy?
ideas to get those units?
I know. Gamora, I was just.
Who are you talking to?
What's a bluebird?
It, was Yondu's call sign. He was Bluebird and I was the kid.
Let me get this straight. Yondu Udonta, leader of the Ravagers space virus, scourge of the Sirius system and all-around scoundrel, used Bluebird as his call sign?
Even had it embroidered on the back of his jacket.
Amazing.
It was amazing. Pretty much from the day we met.
How did you two meet? Terrans and Centaurians aren't exactly neighbors.
We met on Chitauri Prime, about 3 years into my sentence.
Wait, Yondu was a prisoner of war? I thought the Ravagers were neutral.
They were, and they also weren't. Yondu and I were cellmates. First thing he said when they put him in my cell was, "Boy, don't be going and getting attached, because I'm just here for the food." And the food was pretty terrible, so...
Yeah, that sounds like Yondu.
I had cellmates before, and none of them lasted long. The Chitauri have these gladiatorial games, and...
You got used to people dying.
Not sure about that, but I didn't expect anyone to last long. I also didn't have my translation implant back then, so I might as well have been alone. But Yondu, he actually spoke English. Said he'd offered to translate in exchange for extra rations.
So even in the snake-infested hellhole, ever the schemer.
It's something we had in common. I'd been scheming for a way to escape since the day they took me. I just needed someone like Yondu to make it seem possible.
How did you escape?
Let's just say it was equal parts simple, complicated, and kind of embarrassing. But it ended with the two of us delivering a transport full of stolen supplies straight into the hands of the Resistance.
For a bucket-load of units, too, I bet.
Anyway, once we did, there was no going back. I was a Ravager. The Ravagers had a simple code. Steal from everyone. Yondu said it made them neutral.
But they weren't. I specifically remember several Chitauri transports being hit when I was still... you know.
They hit just as many Resistance ships, until a Chitauri cruiser uncloaked in front of them during a raid and...
Yondu ended up on Chitauri Prime, with you.
After we broke out, he could have left me on some space station or dropped me off at the nearest Nova Corps base. But he didn't. Instead, he invited me to join the Ravagers.
You were with them a long time. Must have enjoyed it.
I did. Being a Ravager was the first time I felt like I really belonged, if that makes any sense.
I felt the same way when I joined Richard Ryder and the Resistance. Like I was finally in control of who I wanted to be.
Yes, exactly. Those first few years, it was like I had joined this really big, really dysfunctional family, which, now that I'm hearing it, would make Yondu my...
Space Dad?
Could have been worse. Well, if you don't mind, I think I'd like to be alone for a bit.
Oh, yeah, sure. I'll see you around.
Groot! Are you done in there? Me and Musclehead could use some input. What do you mean a minute? You've been in there for ages.
I have noticed that the tree is very meticulous about grooming.
You don't say. He made me snip off the shoots on his back the other day. Nobody cares that they were poking out, you big dandy.
Why does this thing look so sinister?
Hey, who said you could touch that? I don't go into your room and touch your stuff, Quill.
What? You hacked my visor and added a scoreboard to it while I was sleeping.
That was different. I improved it. Also, did anyone tell you that you snore? I thought Drax was bad, but wow. Quill, you should really get that checked. You sound like a Torg.
I don't snore that loud.
Yeah, okay.
So what is this thing anyway? Kind of looks like a metal face hugger.
That is clearly a spinal control unit.
Yes, right, of course, a spinal control thingy.
Back on Half-World, Kree scientists use these to keep us super soldiers in line. They'd press a big, fun red button and zap! Instant obedience.
Holy crap. Rocket. How many of you super soldiers were there on Half-World?
When the Kree started, 100, maybe. By the time I escaped, just me and Lila. She was the first one not to die from the control unit.
And Lila is also a...
What? A raccoon?
or not, a raccoon?
You gotta understand. She was afraid of them, and the control unit made sure we stayed in line, that I stayed in line.
Oh, that sounds awful. I can't imagine.
So, I did what I do best. I found a way to overload the control unit. When the Blueskins let us out of our cage, kaboom! I blew a hole into the side of the lab. What we didn't know, what I didn't know, was that the lab was protected by sentry bots. We got to the security fence and Lila covered me while I hacked the modulator frequency, and as soon as it opened, she pushed me through the door. I heard her die, Quill.
Rocket.
Doesn't matter now. Past is the past, right? And that thing, it's just a reminder.
Wow. Okay, well, if you need anything, let me know, I guess.
Sure. Let me guess. You're watching me.
I am.
What do you think I'm gonna do? Conjure some units from thin air?
Can you do that?
No!
Well. Let's see if we can find some stray units in here. Really?
$37 units?
We appear to be 6,963 units short. If we intend to keep our ship, Peter Quill,
I know. We clearly need a plan.
and reconsider my initial proposal.
Oh, no, not Fin Fang Foom again.
Yes, we should go after Fin Fang Foom.
Drax, there are easier ways to get paid. Like, what about selling Gamora's crap?
What?
Oh, come on, you've been hoarding them stupid knickknacks ever since you first joined us. I mean, don't tell me they ain't worth nothing.
Quarantine zone was always there.
Holding out on
My
us, Quill.
figurines are not knickknacks.
Oh, team's in trouble. Then you can't be bothered to make no
Set course
sacrifice.
for the Machina
I will
Star
sacrifice
system,
your head.
and take us to the majestic
Yeah,
mountains
mature.
of Kakaran,
Real mature.
where we will seek to best the
I mean,
infamous Fin
at
Fang
least I
Foom.
got an idea. He says we should combine both ideas.
Sell Gamora's trinkets to Fin Fang Foom. It is brilliant.
Yeah, you know, the only problem with your plan is that Lady Hellbender only buys monsters, and you are not a monster. He's not. He's the sweetest, most... I am Groot. No, you don't. This ain't something you can pretend. I am Groot. Oh, yeah? You want monster? I'll show you monster!
Whoa, guys!
Groot, are you really offering to...
No, he is not offering that, okay?
It could work.
Sell Groot? I guess we could bust him out after.
Absurd. Lady Hellbender seeks the monster within. The small, ugly one is clearly the correct choice. He's cruel, sadistic, and his soul is filthy and filled with rage. Monster Queen would pay a great sum for such a creature.
Really? How great?
How are you okay with this?
Because I know what I am. And I know what he ain't.
I vote we sell Groot. I honestly think Lady Hellbender will go for it.
Yeah, well, I vote for not Groot.
I also vote for the creepy little beast.
2 votes each. Peter?
Well, I think Groot's more convincing, in the traditional monster sense. Groot, buddy, first of all, thank you. And second of all, I want you to know we're gonna bust you out of there right after, okay? I am Groot. Alright, let's do this. Let's go sell a monster.
We're not seriously flying into that.
Say the weather patterns of Seknarf 9 are tied to the temperament of its ruler.
That's not how women work.
Or weather. Anyways, I'm sure it looks worse than it is.
There! That's Lady Hellbender's fortress.
Get us in close, Quill. I don't want to walk in this.
Yep, no problem. Flying the wrong way.
Nah, he's not flying at all.
Guys, relax. Just one minor adjustment.
Piece of cake.
He can't be serious.
What? This way we can scope things out before we finish the transaction.
We're like 100 clicks from her base.
You know how much I like scoping. Nope. Okay.
Next time, I'm flying.
Are you sure the Leafy One is ready for this?
Nope.
He'll be fine.
Don't you get all gloomy right now. It don't help.
Because your constant complaining does?
You are complaining about the short one complaining.
We're all complaining. Happy?
Hope that jacket of yours is waterproof.
Of course. It had to be raining.
Okay, here we go.
I ever mentioned how much I hate rain?
Hellbender's castle isn't even that far.
That is not a castle. It is an impregnable fortress.
So how do we impregnate it?
Ask Peter!
Let's just get closer. We'll figure it out on the way.
There is nothing to figure out. As beast merchants, we will easily gain access to Lady Hellbender.
Good. We've already got a beast. All that's left is the merchant part.
Good thing I put on my official merchant costume.
There is no such thing. Right?
The fact you ain't sure don't bode so good.
Ew. Ouch. Hey, is my jacket all right?
At least you got a jacket. Some of us are soaking here.
Less whining, more walking.
Hey, Stormlord. We ain't seriously walking through this. It'll take forever in this storm.
Stop complaining. The hardship will strengthen your spirit.
We won't walk, we'll hike. It'll be fun. Woohoo! Team hiking trip. We got this. Just don't fall and we'll be fine.
Agreed. We must face Lady Hellbender's rage head on.
Almost sounds like you want to get hit by lightning.
I would not expect a Chitauri trader to understand the underlying value
The underlying value of getting killed.
of being direct, you child of subterfuge.
What is your problem?
Lady Hellbender scoffs upon duplicity and dishonor. Your reputation is why she tests us.
Drax! Gamora's on our side. For now, just try to accept it.
What do you mean for now?
I'm saying you have a reputation in Gamora. Drax is clearly a little crazy, so...
What? Interesting tactic, Quill.
Hey, the more we argue, the quicker this'll go. Admit it, You almost forgot about the storm!
Nope. If Lady H is so powerful, why...
That was way too close!
Well played, Lady Hellbender! So we're still doing this? Yes! Behold! Lady Hellbender's domain! In all its glory!
Looks like a bunch of noodle balls. Guys! Focus! Keep an eye out on those big blue ones and take cover when they hit. Or we'll get blown right off!
Good advice! Okay, this might be more dangerous than I thought!
I thought you lived for danger!
Yeah, keyword live!
If any of you die, I'm going back to the ship. Yo, well, fortress is this way. Of course he knows we're on the clock. 3 cycles!
It's called scouting, okay?
No, it's all going the wrong way!
I ever mention how much I hate being lads? Yes! Anytime! Groot says we should hide under him!
That is a terrible suggestion!
Just keep moving! Incoming!
It's like she's trying to hit us! You sure you never dated this woman?
Pretty sure!
This meter is the storm actually getting worse! Lady Hellbender is angry this day!
She doesn't control the weather!
Not again!
Mark! These nasty mushrooms all look the same! Mushrooms, fungi, whatever the stuff they are! I'm getting all turned around on these things! Must proceed in the direction of Lady Hellbender's
Everyone okay?
We should have gone to Mako 4.
Hey, check out the old Resistance ship. Thing's been shot to hell.
No doubt by this one and her Chitauri friends.
We weren't friends.
Guys.
Not sure. But it ain't moving now.
Would be wary, Rodent.
You know what? I survived freaking Half-World. I think I'm scared of some little... Ah!
It's not alone. Get ready!
The gelatin is satisfying to strike!
You should try stabbing them!
Move it!
Chop, chop!
locomotion is mesmerizing.
Lights up! Another wave of freaks!
Their numbers do not concern me.
Punch him up!
Face me!
Watch it! Spikes!
Oh, you rocket!
They keep moving around!
Come on, we got this! Stop him short, Groot! What are these things?
Shoot first, questions later! They're outside to regenerate!
Stay away from its sharp edges!
Get ready! Jelly's on the offensive!
Perhaps these were sent by Lady Hellbender.
This is a test, we're acing it!
Shooting the jelly's no good!
We need to rack the spikes
Throw that
inside!
Drax!
Get the jelly!
My great strength goes underutilized!
Hit some!
This is how it's done!
So that's what a monster around here looks like? We are outside Lady Hellbender's sanctuary. Creatures here are not her pets.
They sorta do look like food.
We're gonna be food if we don't climb out of here.
Where the flark is she going?
There's a trail going through the jungle! Try to find a way up!
When all else fails, shoot stuff.
Words to live by. This husk should be easier to climb than the muddy terrain. I ain't comfortable calling it a husk, seeing as we're about to climb it.
Clearly not a husk!
It is the hollowed husk of a bygone time. The turmoil of war raged stronger than the storms of the world.
Peter, get moving! Drax is having an existential meltdown.
Drax, you could pull this reactor out gently, right?
If it were combustible, the rodent would have shot it by now.
He makes an excellent point.
Shall I continue ripping it apart?
No. I think we're good.
What's a resistance ship doing all the way out here anyway?
It's doing nothing. It's clearly crashed.
Great, we made it halfway up. Now what?
Maybe if we could lower that wing somehow.
I'm going to scout ahead! Try not to kill yourselves on the way up!
There they are, wing controls. I ain't seen one of these fly swatters in years, working or otherwise.
It is not.
That's what they called them, on account of they were real good at knocking Chitauri's scouts out of the sky.
Ha! I get it.
All right, Rocket. That wing control panel's all yours. Hope it still works.
Great. Everyone watch out for beeping red lights.
What? Why?
This is a resistance ship. We'll be lucky if there's only one booby trap on it.
Flark!
That don't sound like no jelly thing.
They say that Lady Hellbender's call echoes throughout the planet.
That don't sound like no lady either.
Careful! Looks like something big moved through here.
Yay!
If you see anything with claws the size of Drax, let me know.
I thought we already had our monster. What's she tracking this thing for?
For sport.
Nothing wrong with a little sport. A girl has to keep busy.
You are looking for trouble, assassin.
You sure you want to get lost out here?
Relax. I'm just looking around.
Just further proof that we are not welcome here. If we turn back every time we ain't wanted, we never go anywhere.
Good point.
Good thing we have a plant guy to take care of a plant problem.
He says plants aren't problems.
Can you get us through here, Gamora?
Whatever it takes to find Hellbender.
name is Lady.
Yeah, Gamora.
If we want an audience with her, we will have to start showing some respect.
This from the guy who calls me Harlot Spawn of Thanos.
An accurate description. We all know which harlot spawn it refers to.
What about her sister Nebula?
Guys, Monster Planet, dark, dangerous. Can we focus here?
Are you frightened of monsters, Peter Quill?
Only the scary ones. Should we ask them for directions?
I'm thinking maybe they are directions.
Seriously? Oh, like a signpost or something.
I'm not saying it's an arrow with the word fortress on it, but statues suggest civilization, and the only settlement I saw when we were topside.
Maybe Hellbender's fortress.
The depressions are deep. This thing has got to weigh more than all of us put together.
Even with Groot?
Okay, maybe excluding Groot.
Dead end. That's just great.
Wait, is that Chitauri tech over there?
Ask the Chitauri.
No, it is. It's a retractable bridge. They used them at the prison I was in.
Too bad the controls are on the other side of the giant chasm.
What are you?
Do not have time to dawdle in this jungle. I shall hurl the creature over the chasm so he may activate the bridge.
I may activate a hole through your face! Put me down! No!
We're not throwing rocket.
Very well.
You sons of flarking dogs!
How will we cross?
Face.
Look around. We'll find another way.
Shooting your way out of every problem again, Peter?
Trying to.
What's Chitauri tech doing on a backwater mudball like this?
Perhaps Lady Hellbender repelled the invading swarm, and it was among the spoils.
Maybe. Or maybe she was real cozy with the bug.
Ridiculous.
There has to be something we can use. Maybe a tall tree? Taller than Groot.
Wow, it is dark in here.
If you bump into any monsters, let us know.
Monster Planet. Right.
Think these statues are of the monsters on this planet?
They're made of rock.
Thanks, genius. I mean, maybe this is why Hellbender's so hot for monsters.
You do know that aimless shooting isn't scared of monsters, right?
Hey, my shooting's not aimless. Everything I do is with purpose and, you know, heroism.
That bridge isn't the only thing, Chitauri. The statues look familiar. Catch my drift.
These Mouse Queensers worship monsters. Maybe they'd have seen spacefaring bugs as gods.
You belittle the Seknarfians, know nothing of their ways.
I know folks that carve idols worship them, and I know anyone with half a brain don't worship nothing.
A miracle it's still standing in these storms.
Yeah, I'm fine. Just leave it.
What's your problem?
My problem is meatheads trying to huck me over a cliff.
You are overreacting. I did not throw you.
Only 'cause Quill stopped you.
Then there should be no problem.
I'm watching you, you Catathian psychopath! No, the statues are not watching us.
Do not be so sure. They say Lady Hellbender has eyes everywhere.
Of course they do.